Hi, welcome to CowboyStudio and our instructional video series. Today I want to show you one of our new rigs. Now we already carry a couple of rigs for the camera that are going to be shoulder support rigs that allow you to do some follow focus and put on the matte box to do some other kind of fun video tricks. But we're slowly expanding that lineup because there are all kinds of different accessories or different options that we're finding people want in this field. So this is a version of the rig that we've carried for the last year or so. This new version, you'll notice the grips are a little bit different. They're kind of a rubberized grip, so they're a little less slick if I were to describe them. They provide a good solid grip. So if you do end up just having to do one-handed for a minute while you go to do your follow focus, it's a little easier to hold on to the actual grip itself. I can actually kind of hear it against my skin when I'm letting it go because it just does a really good grip against your skin. So that's one of the nice new improvements. Another difference you're going to notice is this shoulder support. It used to be a little more curved, and we found that it didn't really fit on quite as many people's shoulders, larger or smaller. You know, everyone's shoulder has a slightly different curvature, so now instead it's made to just rest against. And you'll notice, of course, that the rig is made to be kind of mobile. We're going to go over some of those features in a second. When you just rest against, then you can get a good brace for the rig, as opposed to there are some rigs out there that are going to be more of an encompassing. This is really more of a braced rig so that you can kind of get a nice stabilization against yourself. So another option, of course, on here is this handle above. This is actually removable. You'll see versions of this rig with and without this, but this is one of the nice add-ons it has. So one of the things we heard was that when people were using the rig like this, they were saying, well, sometimes I want to be able to switch to a low shot. Well, now you can. You'll be able to hold down the camera like that, and if you need to move it back up, pretty easy switch over. So just kind of, you can add on that third handle if you're going to be doing a lot of low shooting like that. Some other differences, of course, you're going to notice the connection up here is a little bit smaller. Still going to work really well for attaching your camera. So then when you go to attach the camera, the gear belt has definitely changed here. This is the follow focus. So what does here is it's going to slide between the items, and then you turn this little knob underneath, and it kind of tightens the grip outwards so that now it's braced sideways. And of course you have the gear belt that goes with this, which you can put around the focus ring or around the zoom ring, depending on your needs, on your camera. This is an adjustable focus ring. So this literally goes on your camera, and it'll come up against right back here. Let me turn so y'all can see better. This rig, this gear right here, look how these will go up against each other. The teeth grab onto one another, and so when you turn this on the side, the gear belts are going to turn, just like that. Now you're rarely going to be turning all the way around, which is where this piece comes into play. So you do want to make sure that when you're setting this on the camera, you're setting it so that that bottom piece is kind of out of the way from your full range of motion on your zoom. So make sure you've tested that before you start shooting. Now another optional piece that you can add on here is going to be the actual gearbox. This really hasn't changed a lot from the last version because there's really not a lot that needs to change. It's just going to slide onto the front here, and you tighten down those knobs. You're able to adjust it up and down and use this knob at the back once you've got it situated so that it's centered with your camera's lens. So if I were going to use this, I would say, okay, well that is pretty much perfect alignment there. And I'd be able to set it up and make sure I've got the matte box centered around the camera. Now, like I said, the matte box here, along with the follow focus and this third handle, are all optional accessories to the rig itself. So you can add on any of them or none of them to use this rig with your camera for your video production needs. We are going to have some other variants on this rig as well, and you can look forward to seeing those on the website in the future. Now, if you do have any questions about this product or any of our others, please visit the CowboyStudio.com website.